EU foreign affairs ministers say they're mostly in favour of a humanitarian pause, but are avoiding calls for a ceasefire in the Middle East. With humanitarian aid slowly trickling into Gaza, ministers met Monday in Luxembourg to discuss the latest developments in the unfolding crisis between Israel and Hamas. But among them, the voices on what should be done are very different.
As a person who would be against a ceasefire. Ceasefire means no one gets killed that day. But we have to think about what the goals are. And for Israel, and I think for the Western world, the goal would be to go after Hamas, the terrorist organization which has been terrorizing Israel for very many years.
There is a terrorist organization controlling Gaza, sending rockets every day, perpetrated a barbarous attack on Israel territory. So the question is how such a ceasefire should be established. It needs to be established on both sides since it's valid, and I hope that no one is not understanding that Israel has a right for self-defense.
The EU's official position refers to the right of Israel to self-defense while respecting international humanitarian law. But why isn't the EU calling for a ceasefire like the United Nations is? As this analyst says, it isn't necessarily a contradiction to support Israel's right to defend itself on one hand and on the other uphold international humanitarian law while protecting civilians.
A call for a ceasefire would essentially be telling the Israelis, stop. And there are a number of people, leaders within the EU, that don't agree with that. They would want to see Israel given the chance, given the opportunity to, as they put it, eradicate the extremist elements in Gaza. I don't think that they will. But nevertheless, that's another story. That's a military discussion to be had.
He also says a new peace process in the Middle East should once again be explored if any lasting resolution is to be found.